turns out he was trying to set up a junior varsity airsoft team full of minors, which he was not supposed to do, as part of his probation rested on the fact that he didn't engage with anyone under the age of 18. Despite habitually finding himself in and out of prison over the last 2 years, Jeremy is now
Damn
clean.
it.
There was no evidence that he was necessary for public accountability. He's still walking carefully, specifically legally protecting power. He's unique in ways to achieve it. He could become an actual police officer and flat out lie
I
about
want to talk
doing
about
stuff like that in jail.
the dangers of cyberbullying. I think that in America and honestly all over the world, we are facing a huge problem with cyberbullying right now. The areas in which I think are the pitfalls of social media.
Oh, that was a clip of that one. Now I get it.
I want to talk about the dangers of cyberbullying. I think that in the nitty gritty of it right now. So now it's kind of like move forward. But gossip, slander, lies, that power, we all have that power into the world.
While walking off traffic at the intersection near Jeremy and his wife, one of the traffic lights turned green, and a car outside of the procession
Into the world.
instead of waiting like they were supposed to. This caused a massive accident in which Jeremy's driver supposedly rushed to the scene of one of the
I saw that the original clip I saw of Gypsy Rose. I guess they had clipped out that one part. I ain't watching that whole damn 9 minute. Whoops. I ain't watching that whole damn 9 minutes or whatever of Gypsy Rose. I'd posted that TikTok on my page. Anyway, I don't know what the Cash App drama is. Like earlier this morning, and the only reason, like I even really said anything about it because my brain's so fucked up. But I had went and I'd opened YouTube, and then like 5 minutes later, that Cash App thing came through, and then that's when I had posted this morning because I didn't want Stewie to think, oh, hello, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read that. So I'm trying to talk about this guy that tried to kill me. Anyway, so when I'd opened Cash App this morning, no, when I'd opened YouTube this morning, it was like 5 minutes later, and then Alex had sent that, denial to the Cash App, and I had sent that like a month or so ago, I guess. It was like for AIDS medicine or whatever, because I was being a smartass. And so then this evening I'd got on YouTube, and like 5 minutes later he canceled that other one. And I forgot I'd even sent those. So I don't know what in the hell's going on. But I'm gonna smoke this joint and then I gotta go to bed because I have to take Calico Kitty to go get fixed in the morning, drop her off at the vet. No, when I was watching TikTok the other day, and it was some clip channel on TikTok, and it was Gypsy Rose talking about, how do you feel about what you're doing, Morbid? How do you feel about what you're doing, Nina? And that lady, I didn't even know who she was. She's like some black uh, beauty influencer, but now she's like talking, I don't even know. But this is what I know about Gypsy Rose. Because I never listened to that Nina lady, and she was like, oh, when she was 6 years old, she was pretending that she couldn't, she really could get out of the wheelchair. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. That girl was a little girl. Her mother should have, you know what I'm saying? No. You can disagree with her only getting 10 years. You can disagree with that other weirdo that got life. I can see all that. But every minute that girl was under 18, that woman was the mother. She was the you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how to say it, but no, 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 no. I don't care if Gypsy Rose did want to sit in that damn wheelchair. It don't matter. She was the mother. You don't do all that shit. And people are like, oh, Gypsy's a manipulator. Gypsy's this, Gypsy's that. Well, you know what? Her mother raised her. I ain't saying her mother should be dead, but you know what? This joint went out. She was a child abuser, and there's no denying that. You don't like, she changed the birth certificate. She went on. It doesn't matter. No, nothing that, now, I do feel bad for that autistic weirdo, but he was a pervert. He was a weirdo. He's probably better off in prison if the truth be known from the little I've seen. But I haven't looked at like Starlight or Morbid or any of those people. I just saw that and I posted the other day because I got too much on my mind right now. But I remember when I saw Hello Starlight and she was like, "Oh, rest in peace, Dee Dee." And I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me. You have literally lost your fucking mind, lady. You have lost your mind." That woman was a child abuser. I mean, I haven't read all the court documents, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she went along with that when she was 10 or 12 or 14 or 17. That lady was the mother. She was the authority figure. She was the one that was supposed to teach her right from wrong, not teach her how to be scamming, like whatever all that was. I don't know. I don't know why I'm shocked that people are like, "Oh, poor Dee Dee, we're gonna avenge your death, Dee Dee." You know what I mean? They hate me and like a woman that lied about being brutally raped and that's on the run, and I'm the bad person. So, and they tried to make me kill myself, and I'm the bad person. So why? It blows my mind that all the people all over there talking about like defending a literal child abuser. If it was under different circumstances, they'd be tearing Dee Dee apart. So I don't know why I let it bother me. So that's about it. I've been really depressed, and I've been like just laying in bed and eating and getting fat, and there ain't nothing I can do about anything until mom gets that biopsy, because you know what I mean? There just ain't no point in anything except going about life. And that ain't till next week. There's like one for one boob on Monday and then one for the other boob on Friday. And then I'm assuming after that we'll kind of know. I don't know how long it takes for a biopsy to come back. I just want it over with one way or the other. My mind cannot take it. And in Gypsy Rose, I've never really delved into that. I watched like some of the Lifetime, like, documentary. I haven't even watched the new season, none of that. I only know what I see on the internet. But I did watch the Lifetime movies and all that. There just isn't no, she was a kid. Like, how old was she when she, like, did that guy to go kill her mom and all that? I'm sure she was over 18 at that point, but everything before that, nah. I mean, I don't know. You cannot like Gypsy Rose, but you can't keep going on and on. "Oh, she's a murderer. She's a murderer." She did her time. I mean, she did her time. You can take it up with the court that you think she should have got more time or that boy should have got less time, but you can't take out that boy's sentence on Gypsy. She ain't the fucking judge. She ain't the prosecution. Uh, you know. And does she care that that guy's going to die in prison or spend the rest of it? Probably not. I mean, I don't know her. I don't know. I watch her TikToks and that's about it. But I'm just shocked that a bunch of grown ass adults with children can validate what her mother did and somehow put that blame on a literal child. She was a child. If your mother's going along with pushing you up on a wheelchair with a house that you got from HUD or whatever, no, you're a child. So, and then people don't like the way she behaves now. Well, her mother raised her. And didn't her mother try to like poison somebody? Like literally poison them? I don't know. I want to smoke this cigarette, but I got these cats in here, so I got to go outside. Try not to smoke inside. So why did Alex just cancel those Cash Apps today? Watch out, Charlotte, if you're out here. And then I kind of felt bad that I was so paranoid that Alex canceled those things both times after I'd opened that YouTube app. And then I was like, don't feel bad about that. They fuck with your head. You're supposed to. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? So that's on them. Oh, when I go back in there, I'm only gonna smoke a little bit of this cigarette. I didn't want to look somebody up on YouTube real quick. Oh, this cigarette's so nasty. I'm gonna get lung cancer. What did I just hit open? Okay, that's enough. I gotta go to bed shortly anyway. Ow. Doing them with Leo Kitty, hold on. Don't jump up there. I'm trying not to.
She quite overbearing, and it said that she had only one friend.
Emilio, you're gonna come in here? I'll be at the door in 2 seconds. Oh, my room's a mess. 8%. And I'll tell you a little story about Hello Starlight, and it's very factual. Okay, Gypsy shits herself and needs a social media detox, says the woman that's been on the internet every day for the last how many years? Where's my thing not loading? Where's my plug? Like, I understand, like, people got to have their own little grift on here or whatever. I mean, the bills won't pay themselves. Why isn't this loading? But some of the things y'all decide, is it because the stupid VPN's on? Go off. Here we go. Okay. I'm not subscribed to any of these suicide trolls. Before I look over this, let me tell you, I was over here, and this is all kind of fuzzy, right? I was, they could see what YouTube, thing I was watching. So I went over here and I was watching that, and then somehow I started watching First I started watching Diaper Boy. I think it's Diaper Boy from the ship. And so I was looking at his page, and then he started suicide trolling me. And I'm like, well, fuck that Diaper Boy. And I was like, bye. And I unsubscribed from him. And then Hello Starlight started suicide trolling me on her thing, and then it led me to this other channel, and then Nick Abbott was in there as Cast and Blast saying, okay, he's here, or whatever he said, and then they were started talking nasty to me, and it was whatever, and I said bye-bye. And then I went back and watched it, and I was trying to decipher, and I was like, Ryan, they're fucking with your head, don't do it. So I was like, bye, bitch. Oh, 4DT, okay. I just read Gypsy's post today. And I have a lot to say, so I'm going to say it here. Long post incoming. Oh, Lord. Today was Dee Dee's last day on Earth. I imagine this was an already sorrowful time for Dee, as her own dearly loved and adored mother, Emma, oh, my God. I know you're not going to. And, according to the case file evidence and Gypsy's own statements, on the 8th of June, Gypsy had Dee take her to the ER. Gypsy had Dee, okay. Mom, please take me to the ER, okay, to get her feeding tube changed, okay. In the text with Nick, Gypsy explains this and how her tube should be good for up to a year as she gleefully started preparing for her ultimate plan to, I gotta speed this up here, I'm high. Give me something to drink. Why you gotta write all this shit? I need AI to read it and give me a summary. Well, I should put that in Chat GBT and ask it to say, is this woman sane? Okay, and they went to the Dollar Tree and Walmart. Receipts on kitchen table and crime scene photos. I imagine, how old was Gypsy at this time? Was she 18, 19? After she was raised by a woman. Oh my God, I'm just read it right. Okay, imagine. Okay, let's see. I imagine it to just be another normal day for her, going about life, not knowing what's lurking right behind her. Her baby, the one who had already tried to shoot her a few years prior. I would have shot her too. I would have shot her too. I sure would have. Uh, who'd be stealing her pills and her money. Well, Dee Dee was stealing the pills to begin with. She was writing fraudulent scripts. Gypsy didn't like hold that gun to her head and say, Mom, you better write some fucking scripts for that. Come on now. That was a woman was a lifelong grifter criminal, like a legit one. Like legit. Not like I say Lindy and people. No, that woman, Dee Dee, was a legit lifelong career criminal scammer, everything. And she raised that girl. So why, even if Gypsy did start to kind of go along with it after time, that's all she knew. That's what she was brought up knowing. And Dee Dee was smart. She gave her that attention come on now, y'all. I know y'all really don't believe this bullshit that you're saying. The one who had already tried to shoot her, the one who had caught doing vulgar things with older men, her mother wanted her to stay a child. The one who had been stealing her pills, the stolen pills and stolen money. So Gypsy stole some stolen pills that she got by fraud and money that she basically got by fraud. Okay, her baby, her sick baby, who fought through life for, fighting to figure out Gypsy's crump. Yeah, she was really, yeah. Why did she change the birth certificates and all that then? Why did she do all that later on down the road when they left? Anyway, okay. Hello Starlight's laying out her case here for Dee Dee. Through the life of fighting for going as far as lying and conning just to benefit Gypsy, who was a child for most of this. Everything Dee Dee did was for Gypsy, her baby. Oh my God. And on this day in June 19th, this grown woman, not a baby, she was fucked in the head. Could you imagine growing up with Dee Dee as your mother? That Gypsy was a child. She was a child. That was when she was learning how to interact with people in the world and seeing, oh, if you act this way, you get that. That's when you're first learning everything, how you just go through the world. And that's the kind of woman that she learned all that from. And then you're defending her. Okay. Gypsy murdered her mother. That's true. She did murder her mother, but there's a reason. She didn't live this great, wonderful life where her mother had her in school and had all that. No. Okay. Not because of abuse, because Gypsy wanted to be sexually active. That may be true. But it doesn't matter. Because Gypsy had been abused her whole life by that woman in some way, shape, or form. Just because you're not getting beat over the ass with a belt doesn't mean you're not getting abused and you're not getting mentally scarred for life. Okay, take it from me, I know. Okay, so yeah, I kind of believe that she's wanting to be, so yeah, okay. Out of control, manic, and Dee Dee dared to tame her mentally ill daughter. In my opinion. Well, your opinion means as much as Beth Roche's does, that psychiatrist over in the trailer park. So your opinion is about as worth as much as mine. Dee Dee went to sleep thinking she would wake up the next morning and said Gypsy killed her. She sure did. Instead of even... Okay, well, anyway, blah, 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 blah. We get the point. Rest in peace, Dee Dee, you child abuser. Rest in peace, you child abuser. Rest in peace, woman. Maybe Gypsy wouldn't have been a fucked up human being if she wouldn't have raised her to be one, Starlight. How could you even imagine that you would ever turn out to be a normal child if this is all you grew up with? And I don't even know that much about it, but if Gypsy kind of wanted to stay in that wheelchair and her mother gave her all that attention and yeah. So you're stupid, hello Starlight, for supporting a child abuser. That's all there is to it. I don't think Gypsy should have had her killed. I think Gypsy should have had her arrested. If I was Gypsy, I would have got my ass out of there the minute I turned 18 and went right to the police station and sat down with them. But she did it the way she was taught how to do it, which is by manipulation, because that's all she ever saw her whole life. They got a house, they got all that stuff everywhere they lived. It was manipulation. That's all Gypsy knew. So anyway, that's my Gypsy Rose rant for the night. Hello, Starlight's a stupid bitch, and she tried to suicide troll me, and she knows who suicide trolled me, and I would love to tell Gypsy Rose my story. I sure would. And tell Gypsy Rose to lock her car door so no one gets her damn stereo. I mean, I'm an animal abuser, right? Right, Gypsy? I'm an animal abuser, and Gypsy's mom's over there, abusing a child. I'm gonna educate myself on the Gypsy Rose stuff, because honestly, all I know is like Lifetime and made for TV movie or something. But I'll read through the court documents. But I don't think it'll change my mind much, because she was a child for most of that, and that's all she knew. She didn't know what being normal was. Her mother didn't get up and go to work every day. Her mother scammed the system her whole life and lied and manipulated doctors and manipulated people to get shit for free. She manipulated pharmacies with stolen scripts to get drugs. Wasn't her pantry there? Didn't it look like a little pharmacy? So, and what, Gypsy got addicted to pain pills because her mother was addicted to pain pills and they were around the house? So anyway, I don't know much about it. I don't know why she was on a feeding tube. Do know they took her saliva glands out. Was she a minor when that was done? I mean, just because a kid goes along with that, I mean, that's like, there's no talking to crazy people. Anyway, I'm going to get off that subject. I got to go to sleep soon because I have to take this cat, and I'm very depressed. There's Calico Kitty right there. God, my arm's so shaky. That one isn't. It's just this one. Look at that. That's my right arm, and then that's my left arm. That's weird. Anyway, she's never been out of the house, but one time she got out for 2 seconds. She's never been in a car. So I'm going to put her in a damn cat carrying case, damn 10 minutes down the road, and then drop her off. It's going to be miserable, miserable. And I have to go pick her up after 4 or something. And I have to go do it by myself. Because Mom has to get ready while I hurry up and go do that, and then take her to work, and then... But I'm just distraught. When I took him and his brother, that they were only 6 months old, and it was literally across from the post. I could have walked there in 2 minutes. It's that close, so... I'm trying to think. I remember watching the Lifetime movie with Gypsy. I remember they were somewhere else, and then that hurricane come or something, and they moved to wherever they moved, and then they got that house with the wheelchair ramp. I remember when she in part of the movie where she was she manipulated that guy. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. But you got to, she did her time. She did her time. So you can blame it on a child. And just because you're oh, she wasn't a child at this point, that's all she ever knew. How can y'all rationalize that? That girl grew up in that. Did her mother ever hold a job? Did her mother do anything but collect a scam assistance and do all that weirdo shit? I saw that thing where they're singing on the stage, and it's just wacko. But she was the adult in the situation. She was the adult, hello, Starlight. So as fucked up as Gypsy Rose is, you're over there celebrating her mother. It's her mother that made her the person that she is. Dum-dum. So go collect your coins over there for supporting that child abuser. Congratulations. But I will educate myself. I will on that whole case, because I want to just make an open video. Is that what it's called? Not an open video. Make a video to Gypsy and tell her to stay strong. Stay strong, girl. And Gypsy's child, if any, there's no safer child in the world than Gypsy's child. You know why? Because the whole world's watching. The whole world's watching. So that child, because I thought about that. I was she's a lot like Dee Dee. It's kind of scary if you think about it. What if she started doing, you know what I mean? She can't. The doctors she would take that kid to, I mean, she's just that well known. It's no one would let Casey Anthony babysit. Nothing's going to happen to Gypsy's child. And maybe she will try to be a better parent than her mother was. She's definitely found a legal way to support her and her child. You know what I'm saying? So people make mistakes. She was a fucking kid. So there really ain't much more to say about that. Oh, that's every time I go to TikTok, I see Mark live for a second, but it's the preview on TikTok, and I don't never go in there, so I don't know if it says I ain't even gonna read no more of this person's thing. Go away. It pisses me off. I'm over here getting lynched for fucking my dog's toenails and a tumor, and they're over there supporting a child abuser. A lot they abuse that child from the time she was probably born. Okay, where was I gonna go? I forgot now. What was I going over to look at? Oh, I don't remember. Oh my God, who was I gonna go look at? Oh, Mark, miss. Because when I'm at TikTok, like I said, I see him, but I'll never go in there. It gives you the preview, and he's live. Who's over there? Abe's over there with Mark. Berg's gonna be homeless in a month.
Sit tall and get hundreds of back to back.
How does that? I never paid attention to TikTok live. I see it sometimes. Do you? It just like is it like that chat roulette where you can like it automatically pops people into your live or something? And I guess you can't go back and watch fucking lives, can you?
Tonight. Looks like the building's on fire. What's the first lesson when dealing with a fire?
Okay, so
That's that black lady.
Gypsy, if I'm like,
Oh, that is not a flattering shot there. Let's see who this Looney Tune is. I feel like there's just something I'm missing. To why is everybody justifying like Dee Dee? I don't understand. This stupid thumbprint. Like I feel like I'm missing something. Where's all those Gypsy Rose court documents? I gotta see what. Gypsy. Let's see what Reddit's saying. Gypsy Rose, what's your perspective? Let me see if I'm the only person in the world that I've researched the case inside and out, probably read and watched everything. And okay, even if Gypsy chose to live her life in a wheelchair, that's not Gypsy's fault. She was a child. The mother should have snatched her out and said, "No, we're not doing that. If you want to go to Disney, I'm gonna go get a job and save up." No, I just can't. I can't go with that. Let's see. I think it's weird as fuck that she's a celebrity now. I can agree with that. I think two things can be true at the same time. Dee Dee was a scammer and obviously had her own mental health issues. She used Gypsy for sympathy, money, and attention. Yes, I think teaching and encourage a child to stay in an unnecessary wheelchair is abuse. However, I do believe Gypsy's criminal under did cause her some real medical issues. Gypsy was raised by a scammer and the cycle continues. She has trauma she had rather not work on and was released to the world of reality TV and social media with the maturity of a teenager. Gypsy is not a good person. See, that's exactly pretty much how I feel. I knew I wasn't the only person. I knew it. Hello, Starlight, you're dumb. You're dumb and an idiot. And the only reason I can imagine you're doing that is if you're trying to collect some money around here. Because that's all anybody cares about around here is money. Money, money, money. I would literally assume to live under a bridge for asking anybody around here for money. I just would. I don't mind asking the government if I need some help. My family's paid in taxes their entire life. I'm the only bum in the family and I'm disabled. You know, I got AIDS. I have mental health issues. I ain't going to sit here and feel sorry for myself, but I'm not going to feel shame for getting some help from the government. Uh, But I could never come on here and be like, guys, my dog, I got to take Calico Kitty to the vet, and I'm like $100 short. Could you please help me out? No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. Couldn't. And it has nothing about pride or anything. It just has. I'm not gonna like. It's one thing if I was to ask my friend Christy, like that I've been friends with for 30 years, that I know from real life, and you know what I mean. Like, hey, can I borrow this till next Friday or whatever? But even nowadays, with all those at cash advance apps, you shouldn't be borrowing money from people on the internet. So, and everybody knows how it feels about Cash App. Why I got those two things from that Cash App today, because it's like either Stewie or God's trying to send me a sign, and I don't want anything to do with any of that drama. I haven't looked at Alex's page. Even that didn't make me go look at it. I hope he's living his best life. I hope that beautiful woman in Boston's up there in her penthouse living her best life. I hope Beth Roche is over there in the trailer park community, the mobile home community. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. The mobile home community living her best life, watching that Dr. Rami and educating herself. She's going to be, psychiatrist of the world. So. And I hope Amara Lee's over there just crafting away. That she's got so many orders in, she cannot even fulfill them all. Let's see. I hope the fugitive is hidden out well. The police driving by, they don't know she's there. Let's see what else. I hope Jim hasn't got towed away in his van. I hope Whitney's, kidney is still chugging along. Let's see who else. That's about it. I hope JP, I hope that little baby tooth's still just hanging in there. Let's see. JT, JT, I do find it funny, John Thompson, that you're just never anywhere. Why don't you make a channel and come back, JT? I would love to have you on here. I would. I'd like to talk to you and ask you some questions, just for the history books. Who else? There just ain't nobody else really. And then I even said, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a smart ass. Even if Alex, why he would wait that long to delete him, maybe it self-deleted him, I don't know, after 30 days, who the hell knows. I was like, well, let me make one in my name because that wasn't Mom's. I was like, and I'll send him like $30 for a pizza. I was like, Ryan, that would be the stupidest, most ignorant thing you could ever do in your life. And then I said, yeah, that would be pretty stupid. So I'm not going to send my attempted murderer a fucking pepperoni Domino's pizza. Am I really crazy? Am I not seeing something? It's like, I got to watch some of Hello Starlight's videos over there. I might just have to go on this whole free Gypsy campaign. I know how the algorithm goes over there on TikTok, I can even see just saying, yeah, and then going after Gypsy. But when you're over there literally like making a shrine to a child abuser, it's like, come on. That's like, Ted Bundy after he's died. I know he killed all those women, but it's like, come on. Come on. Oh, and Will, like I went, because when Will left that the other morning, I don't care, Will. I went on my rant in the car, but the Spectrum service was so shitty. It didn't even say what I wanted to, so. But anyway, I ain't got no hard feelings, Will. I don't give a shit about that. I come out on top. My life is a million trillion times better for going through all that, so shame on them, but I know I'm going to heaven. I'll be met at the pearly gates. And Abe, I know he was kind of suicide trolling me when he came over, but I really don't care. I know he's tight with the ship, and I know he's tight over there. I ain't figured out the whole why I have. And he's tight over there with Mark and all that. I just haven't, since he come over, I haven't looked at his channel either. I would like to know why Berg says that he's going to be homeless in a month. His mother could have passed away and I wouldn't even know. The Bergs. And Sig, the degenerate Sig, has always promoted that other degenerate Bergs. I'd rather be peed on all day, Bergs, than pooped on. So there's that. Okay. All day, every day. Jackpot silence. These fucking people, huh? 6'3", 210 pounds. That's bullshit right there. You're 6'3" and 210 pounds. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Ain't much been going on over there, it seems. No, that was the same. Oops. I'm too lazy to even find the right one. Last time I looked, all his streams said winning. Huh? I don't think it would end, dude. Whoops. And I saw that Chase and Truth lady. I didn't even know I was subscribed from her. I think I unsubscribed. I didn't click on her stream. That ain't her there. I don't think I can go on Twitter on here, can I? Maybe. Oh, I think you do.
America accepted it because they stole it. They stole it. They fought. And do you want to know why they fought for that land? Because it was originally being rented to Americans. Oh, America purchased it. Cute. Is that what we're calling war, coercion, and theft now?
Oh, Lord. Lord of mercy. And this is the one that's after Gypsy. Lord of mercy.
Gypsy said this day has two meanings, and I fully agree. One is an ultrasound.
Oh my God,
and the
those
other is
eyebrows.
a decade
She's a beauty
anniversary.
influencer? What's going on there?
Let's talk about it.
Yikes. Yikes.
Fine. Like you.
Went to the gym.
milkshake.
It's a frappuccino. It's
Milkshake.
caramel frappuccino.
Why is it not so sort
I want to talk about the dangers of cyberbullying. I think that in America and honestly all over the world, we are facing a huge problem with cyberbullying right now. The areas in which I think are the pitfalls of social media is that yes, there's community guidelines that are put in place on these platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Didn't they kick her off there for being a felon or something? They took her monetization away.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
They can't check everybody, so they'll only use it for people they decide they don't want on there that are felons or not to make any money.
There are community guidelines that are put in place to prevent cyberbullying, harassment, doxing, and what have you. But the problem lies is that there is a local law, there is state laws, there's federal laws. However, if you are in a situation that you're being harassed or bullied from someone in another state, say I'm in Louisiana and I'm being bullied from someone in a different state. Okay, my local law enforcement.
Well, you better hope.
Will
Gypsy, you better hope they don't suicide troll you, girl. That's all I know.
not know how to handle something that is a federal situation. And that is, I think, the biggest pitfall that people face when combating online bullying.
And maybe I missed it, but who has Gypsy been on here bullying? That's what I don't get. Like, has she been on here antagonizing people, like, to get such a vicious response? Everybody, like, was throwing damn roses out on the YouTube streets and the TikTok streets when she got out of prison. And I'm sure everybody knew it was only a matter of time before that it switched up. We all know how that goes.
The amount of people that I have seen personally myself be able to say such heinous and horrible things online with little to no reprimand.
Or
Why-
just or go help suicide troll someone just off of someone telling them, oh hey, yeah, I mean, come on. I know all about that cyberbullying, Gypsy. I lived it.
Or,
I probably still am living it. I'm just so medicated I don't have to see it.
It's disturbing, and
It's very
I
disturbing.
really feel like this is an issue that does not get talked about enough, and it goes beyond me. It's not just me that I am, speaking.
And it's these same
about
people,
this.
Gypsy. It's the same kind of group of people that always attack. If you look at their history online, even like if you want to talk about Savage Alive, it's always these same group of people, and they're very vicious and mean.
Time and time again, I have seen friends go through it. I've seen Ken go through it. I've seen my family go through it. And the level of just shit that they have to deal with when just living their lives. And a lot of people are really just kind of unfiltered.
I know Hello Starlight didn't like it when she was getting doxxed and people was saying, oh, she's, a crack hoe and she was stealing car stereos and all that stuff. She made mistakes in her past. Yeah, she never killed her mom, but, I don't know. I don't know enough about Hello Starlight. I don't even know her name. I'd have to look through the archives.
It's okay to say the worst things that they can come up with and it just go under the rug. And in a sense,
Well, even you got to remember, Gypsy. I'll just pretend I'm talking to Gypsy. Like with Savage Live, they'll go after to try to make themselves look good. That's why I believe they're all narcissists. Like they'll do things like with a little. Anyway, I'm gonna get into all that. Anyway, they're vultures. They're vultures like everybody else on here that do that kind of thing. The shipper vultures. Hello Starlight's a vulture. It's whatever. It's all about making a buck on here. And a little bit of attention and admiration, right? Where you want it so bad, you're over there like making a shrine to a fucking literal child abuser. A literal child abuser.
Nitty-gritty of it right now. So, for me, I can speak on my own personal experience.
So can I.
There's so much that I feel like I hold back from saying on social media. because I feel like it's not worth my time to
Take
spend
it
my
from me, it ain't worth
energy
your time in the end.
always correcting these rumors. There is not a single word on the planet that people have not called me yet. And at this point,
Oh, 5% left.
when they call me the M word, at this point I'm like, okay, can you come up with something better? Because I've been being called that for years and years and years. To my family, I'm not. To my friends, I'm not.
Well, Gypsy, you participated in something that led to the death of your mother, and that in a roundabout way is murder. But I think after what you went through and the things that she exposed you to and the things that she did to you and the control she exacted over you, and you were a child, I believe you've done your time, and that's all there is to it. If I don't like that guy being in prison, I don't at all. It pulls at my heart, but that's someone has to want. If Hello Starlight wants to do something good, why don't she go campaign to try to help get him out of there? Have him do something like that. Do something good, Hello Starlight. Do something good. Go over there and try to free that man. Go get him freed. Use your little power on here to rally the troops instead of making a shrine to Dee Dee. Go try to get that guy out of prison or get his sentence reduced or something like that. Why don't you try that?
Just Gypsy. To the people that love me and care about me, and I love them and care about them. To the general public, yes, I have a criminal history. Did I do the crime? Yes. Did I do the time? Yes. And now it's kind of like, move forward. What else is there to do? Move forward. There is nothing that's going to bring my mother back. There's nothing that I can do that is going to bring back that life. So all I can do is make myself a better person, raise my daughter to be a better person than what I was growing up.
And I don't believe that child's in any danger. The whole world's watching. The whole world is watching. Ken's watching. His family's watching. Her family's watching. Everybody in the world's watching. Everybody, if she takes that kid to a doctor, if she takes that kid anywhere, they know exactly who she is. They'll look over it. Even that kid is one of the safest kids in the world, in actuality, at this
I
time.
hope that my daughter grows up to be 10, 20, 30 times better daughter and person than I will ever be. And I have the support in my family and with Ken and myself to raise her to be that way. For me, I know that I'm not perfect and I have done and said some things online that I regret. So, but I am.
She's even taken a little bit of accountability there. How about that? A little bit of accountability.
Growing from that, and I think that that is, something we should all do. We should all grow from the experiences that we've done. I just want people to understand that just because you have an opinion and you don't like someone, it's totally okay to just keep it to yourself, and it's totally okay to have a voice as long as you keep it respectful. You can say to me or anyone else, you know what, I agree to disagree. Let's just agree to disagree. And that is 100% okay. What is not okay is calling someone out of their name, gossip, slander, lies. That is
A
not
Gypsy, the type of people that are going after you, if you could only see and hear some of the things they have participated in the past, it wouldn't surprise you the way they attack you.
okay. That is, that's detrimental to someone's mental health.
They don't care about your mental health
And
on
at the
here,
end of the
Gypsy.
day,
Let me tell you.
don't know how you are affecting someone's reputation.
They
Their
don't care about that because
livelihood,
they ain't got no damn
their,
reputation.
The way their kids view them, the way their
If they can
sister,
beat your
brother,
reputation down lower than as bad as their reputation is, then it makes them look better. It's a game to them all.
family members view them. It is 100% accountability on your part to make the first step.
They'll never take
So
accountability for
you
anything,
have that
Gypsy.
power. I have that power.
All you can
We
do
all
is be
have
the
that
better
power.
person, Gypsy,
Um,
and they're
I'm
showing their true
not one of
selves.
those people that are cheesy
I
and
mean,
it's
you've
like
got them
tasteful.
building a little shrine over there to a child abuser. So, I mean, keep doing you, Gypsy.
Hippie, whatever. But no, honestly, it is about kindness. Look at how much war, look at how much destruction people's anger has done to the world. And
Hurry
I
up,
feel
Gypsy.
like
We're at
we're
4% here.
in a time now that hate and anger is just festering in every corner of the world. And cyberbullying is a epidemic of massive proportions that don't get talked about enough. So, you know, as someone who does receive a lot of hate on social media, well, as well as a lot of support, I'm not going to say everybody hates me, but I will say that, you know, I've had my fair share. And how I deal with it, to anyone that's watching this video, I want to say, if you are receiving online bullying and harassment or bullying in any kind of way, my secret is I have always had hope for a better tomorrow. And if tomorrow is shit, then a better next day after that. Because that hope has gotten me through everything in my life. That is my secret. I have a hope for a better tomorrow. That's going to get you through so much. And I will also put the information for the help hotline and any resources that can help you, so you can do some outreach if you are in the headspace of you are at the end of your rope, you are sick and tired, you don't want to go on. There are places that you can call.
They'll push you to the little
There is a
edge around here,
helpline.
Gypsy. Let me tell you what.
You are not alone.
Sorry there, girl.
Everybody faces this at some point.
It's like a sport to them to unalive people around here. Back in the day, Gypsy, the worst thing that would happen too is the police would come to your house to do a welfare check. Now they're just killing people on here. They're just out now killing them. They're just suicide trolling them to death, Gypsy. Oh, could we go back to the good days where you just dox someone? Nope. Now we're killing people we don't like on here. We take control of their emails. We do whatever we want to do. We abuse them.
Be a voice for you. I want to be a friend to you. I see you, and you're not alone. So I will put that information down below this video. Okay, so that was my giant 32-minute rant of, talking about cyberbullying, my experience, my hope for my child, the things that need to change in our society, the things that need to change in us, to kind of recap everything.
Good night.
Talk about how serious this is. Please share this video, like.
Okay.
And then after.
I gotta charge that off. So off, okay, there. You have to get ready for bed soon. But I am, when I have the spare time, there's a bunch of stuff I have to do in the next few days. But I will read up on the Gypsy thing, but I don't think it'll change my mind about anything because she was a minor and she was raised by a lifelong criminal scammer. You know what I mean? So, and she did her time. She's not on the run. She ain't lied about being brutally raped as far as I know. She ain't tried to suicide troll people on the internet. She ain't went along with that. She hasn't participated in anything along the lines of that. Abuse someone, terrorize someone when their mental health is poor. She ain't done anything like that. Nobody she's associated with has done anything like that. So I would have to say Gypsy Rose 1, Hello Starlight 0, if I really had to do it in winning and losing terms. But there's that. I'm going to go. I hope everybody has a great night. Alex, I don't know what's up with the Cash App, but I hope you're doing well, buddy. I wouldn't know. So there's that. Lindy, I hope you're doing well. How are the twins doing, Lindy? Have you seen them recently? Have you? I hope you have. I'm not going to be able to see my sister now because I'm going to have to be doing whatever I have to do around here with Mom. I'm already waiting on her hand and foot, so I'm sure it'll only get better. Hopefully they give her lots of pain medication. Because I'll need some. Anyway, I'm going to go. I hope everybody has a great night. I have to get up at 6 in the morning. But tomorrow when I get home and my cat's down there to get my mind off of that, I will read up on Gypsy Rose because I do want to know some dates, like, all that. NBC News breaking court. Supreme Court allows Doge to access Social Security information. That's great. Anyway, and I downloaded iOS 26, the beta version, because I figure people are already in my shit anyway, somehow, some way. So I might as well just give them unfettered access to my analytics and everything. But this iOS 26 is kind of cool, but it's not revolutionary. It's more aesthetic, I think, but I haven't played around with it much. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to go. Everybody have a great night. Keep supporting a child abuser. You lose on your argument when you like praise her mother or try to defend her mother. Hello, Starlight. You look dumb. Anyway, everybody have a good night. Bye now.